How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Naturally Resourceful Podcast. Today we got a rookie from last year coming on, Johnson, Cory Johnson. How you doing today, Johnson?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, Trying to keep together in quarantine.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Mostly just chilling. I traveled last semester, and then this semester I got back into school.
Oh, where'd you end up going?
I went to Ohio to see family that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Oh,
went
really?
hunting with my grandpa. Yeah, I went hunting with my grandpa up in Oak Harbor, and then went down to Cleveland to see my cousins I hadn't seen in 12 years.
Oh, really? So where in Ohio?
So my grandpa lives up in Oak Harbor near Sandusky, kind of like, right on Lake Erie. And then my cousins live in Cleveland and Dayton.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Did we talk about this before? I have a lot of family in Ohio. Surprisingly.
Yeah. I think we talked about it during one of our tailgate meals.
Yeah, right. One of our classic nighttime tailgate meals during the season. No, I have a lot of family in Columbus, and we used to go up for family vacations up at Lakeside. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Right on Lake Erie. Yeah. Little gated community. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
it's a really nice spot.
So, man, so you're going to school right now?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. What do you where are you going to school at?
UAF.
UAF, really?
I'm in Fairbanks now. Yeah.
Oh, are you? What are you going to school for?
Yeah. Physics.
Physics? Oh, yeah. Pretty cool. What year are you in then?
If you want to look at it from credit wise, it would be probably sophomore, in between sophomore and junior right now.
Nice.
As far as year wise, I'd probably be a junior.
Yeah. Well, if it was year wise, I'd probably have 2 or 3 degrees by now. So, man, so finishing up last season and going into this one, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. A little tired after that last stint, but recovered and got back into getting exercise. So.
Oh yeah, you started working
training
again
for next year. Yeah.
That's good. And a little bit about your background in fire. How'd you get into fire? It's kind of a question I ask a lot.
So my dad had been pushing for it because, I did my freshman year in college and then kind of dropped out, not really dropped out, but kind of stepped away from it because, I figured I needed to get an actual job and work around for a little bit before I realized what I actually want to do. And my dad kept pushing for it because he worked in one of the fire watchtowers up in Missoula.
Oh,
he was going to school there. And so, he liked it and he thought it was a good gig and something that I should do while I'm in school. And so, I kept checking it out and never really found a way to get into it. And then I had a structural firefighter friend working as a server, where I was working as a cook, same restaurant. And we decided to take the red card class together. And it pretty much, went from there. And we got our saws and pumps training there. We got our HECM training there. We got, I think, one other cert there, all in that same semester. And then from there, we just went straight into the Nanook Wildland Fire Crew for UAF. Did that for 2 years.
Wow, very cool. And you end up getting signed off on your HECM with the Nanooks, right? How'd that end up?
Yeah. Pretty good. There's some paperwork that still needs to get figured out before I'm officially signed off.
Oh, but,
yeah. Because it transitioned from sign off, getting it approved. I needed to get it approved before it was fully signed off.
Yeah.
And Turnbow kind of just signed it off and sent it over, and we didn't get it approved. So.
Oh, well. Probably knock it down next
So
year.
I kind of need to, I just need to prove to whoever's in charge next year that, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you feeling we're about halfway through the off season. You think you're ready for another round?
I mean, yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And what did you think of the first year? You had fun?
Oh, I had a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a great group of guys. Very close knit. A lot of interesting scenarios that we were thrust into.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have a, I don't know. It looks like there might be a lot of turnover this next year, so there's gonna be a lot of opportunity next year.
Huge turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting because I don't know if either of my rookie bros are coming back. I know Morales wants to do EMT training, go to EMT school. So
yeah. Well, I hope he does. He was a good guy. But
yeah,
is what it is. The fire world changes pretty quick, from one year to another, and that's one thing that's weird about fires. Every year you have to build a new crew and figure it out,
Yeah.
In the first fire.
But the nice thing about that is there's always at least some sort of foundation there that was laid by the previous year.
Yeah, you get an idea of what carries on with the culture and everything else. Yeah. Here, give me 1 second.
All right.
So anyways, man, we had a great year last year. That was pretty fun. Down south down south got a little long, but
it was very interesting with the hikes and hotel tent that we had.
in the casinos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got real
Ironically, that was the first time I've ever been in a casino.
Yeah, you're a Fairbanks
that we
kid.
stayed at, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Were you born in Fairbanks? You weren't.
Yep, born and raised.
Born and raised in Fairbanks. Yeah. That's funny. So you kind of got that Alaskan in your blood, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man. This is the first year that I've wintered here. And man, this place is rough.
Yeah. Palmer, Westville area can get pretty sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, just like cabin fever, getting stuck. I don't think coronavirus helps very much, but
No, probably not.
Yeah. And my wife's a teacher, so I haven't been able to get out of the house. Been going a little stir crazy.
And yeah. Stay at home dad in it.
Oh yeah. Mr. Mom over here, dude. Is doing the dishes before my wife gets home.
What's next? You gonna replace that Legacy with a minivan?
What?
Replace your Subaru with a minivan?
Yeah. No, come on, man. I'm a Land Rover kind of girl. I'm one of those fancy moms, all right?
All right. I can see that.
Oh yeah. I got my Gucci purse and little diaper bag. But man, yeah. So what are some things that you're trying to work on for next year? I guess that's a weird question. I mean, you're just going to take in what you did last year and move forward with it, right?
So are you talking more like as far as like placement among the crew, or as far as like work output, or are you talking the full spectrum?
Yeah. I mean, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to, meeting the new guys and seeing what we get and seeing who we have left and trying to work together with that new crowd.
Yeah.
As far as improvement, I definitely, being one of the skinnier members on the crew, I need to bulk up.
Yeah. What are you gonna hit? 120 this year?
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. How much you weigh? 150?
160, 165.
165? Yeah. That was more than last season, right?
During mid-season, I was probably about down to 150.
Oh man. Yeah, we need to bulk you up, dude. If you ever want to be on a slot, you're gonna have to put on some weight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So who you living with?
So,
what were you saying?
Who am I living with?
Yeah. Did Morales and his girlfriend move out? Well, they never lived with you in Fairbanks, did they?
No, not in Fairbanks. So we moved out November 1st to the rookie house. They went to Juneau and then they went to Hawaii. No.
Yeah, I think they went to. Well, I don't know what order.
Yeah,
they did go.
They went to Hawaii.
Yeah, I saw they met up.
They
went
to Hawaii. They went to Juneau and then Hawaii. Yeah. And then I don't know where she ended up going to school. But he went back to Tennessee for a bit.
Oh yeah.
And I just came straight up here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you already have a place, or did you have to move your stuff?
Yeah, I got a place, and before we moved out of that old place, and just moved all my stuff up in the U-Haul.
Oh yeah, it's a long drive.
Which was a long drive, and it's kind of late in the season to be driving a U-Haul on that road.
Yeah, that's not fun.
U-Haul truck, yeah.
Yeah, what are those dips called? Where the permafrost like settles down and
Frosties.
What are they called?
Frosties.
Frosties?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Those will slap back. You hit them too fast and you get thrown off the road.
Yeah. They're really bad up here in Fairbanks. There's permafrost everywhere up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we get a good Alaska season this next year. Last season wasn't too good.
I mean, so with how warm it's been up in Fairbanks and how little snow we've gotten, it's very plausible for a pretty explosive, central Alaskan season.
Really? So this has been a bad year for snow up in Fairbanks?
As far as snow coverage, and it's been pretty warm compared to normal.
Oh, really? So what's normal temperatures in Fairbanks?
So on average, generally during the winter, we'll have probably 3 to 4 stints of a week to 2 week stint of cold weather that drops down to -30, -40.
Jesus.
This year we've only had 2 times where it's dropped down to -25 to -30.
Mm-hmm.
But the coldest cold snap that we've had since I've been here, it was -60, and that was when my high school prom was held.
Holy cow!
Of course, all the girls are going out in their dresses to the UAF sign and taking pictures. Their dresses right next to the -60 sign. So
yeah, it's like back in Wisconsin. It'll be cold as hell. Girls will still be wearing skirts out to the bars.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Up here, it's a dry cold, whereas, down in Palmer, it's close enough to the ocean that it's kind of humid down there.
Yeah. And, this is my first winter in Palmer. I don't think back where I'm from in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, I mean, being on Lake Michigan, I feel like their winters are worse than here. These winters might be longer, but I feel like they're worse down in Wisconsin, which is weird. But this could be just a really light year,
Yeah, you think as far as, weather-wise, you're saying, as far as like wind and rain, or?
Temperature and snow. I feel like they get more snow in Wisconsin.
Really?
I feel like it's colder too. But, maybe this is just a warmer winter though. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. Man, 2 years ago, we hit the ground running. I mean, when we had that bad year in 19, I mean, it was like
Oh gosh,
the first fire we were going, and you were on the Nooks for that, so you were there too.
that was one of the crazier years the Nanox had ever had too. So
Oh, I mean, it was record breaking and for everyone,
yeah,
it was crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping we have another year like that. That would be fun. I got my fill of down south for a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I kind of tired of down south after that
Yeah,
last roll we had.
it was turning into a desert rat.
The Arizona 116-degree weather.
Yeah. I felt like even in Idaho, we were in Idaho, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Idaho.
I feel like even in Idaho, we'd like order pumps and people would look at us weird.
Yeah.
You're like, you need pumps? You need a Mark III? What? I thought it was funny. But yeah, it was a good experience. So it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I definitely learned a lot and saw a lot more. I mean, so on the Nano, between those 2 years, we only went down to the States once. So,
Oh, yeah.
And even then, it was only for a 2-week roll.
Oh, really?
2.5-month roll. Yeah.
Oh, man. And
So,
do they end early? They end earlier, right?
they end in time for the college season. It's the same with the North Stars since they're both volunteer crews.
Mm-hmm. So they have an end date when they start their season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the North Stars will hop on to like China or the Midnight Suns or
Yeah.
some of those Fairbanks hotshot crews.
Yeah.
The federal crews, not the state crews. So.
Yeah. Well, man, what else, man? It's been a long off season. Have you been out skiing? Have you gotten outside a lot?
Oh, you know it, dude.
Yeah.
You know it. I went down to Eagle River to see my girlfriend. So the girlfriend I met in Palmer, she's going to school in Seward for industrial electricity at Abtech in Seward.
Oh, yeah.
And so I rarely get to see her, and we decided to have Christmas at her parents' place. So we both met in Eagle River.
Mm-hmm.
Had Christmas, hung out, went to Alyeska for one day, and then the plan was to originally come back up to Fairbanks for New Year's with my parents. And because my parents are a lot more liberal and progressive than her parents, they're a lot more worried and concerned about coronavirus. So my parents kind of called it off because of that. And so we decided to actually go to Alyeska and stay there for 2 nights.
Oh, cool.
Over New Year's.
Yeah.
And that was a hell of a lot of fun. We got to ski until midnight, watch the fireworks while we're skiing.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
While we're skiing. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds like a great time. Yeah, Seward's pretty cool.
I also got to it is. I also got to stop in and see Enzi and Bert.
Oh, did you stop him? Did you go skiing with him? Oh, very cool.
I got one run with Enzi, but he was on patrol duty, and Bert was busy. So.
Oh yeah, were you able to keep up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's good.
For the most part.
Yeah, Seward's pretty cool. We got a cabin. Me and my wife went to Seward, and we got a cabin for a few days out in Seward last month. It's beautiful out there. I wouldn't mind living there.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Wintertime it gets really sloppy. It goes between raining and snowing, and the roads become ice slush.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it was.
Sounds like it's pretty gnarly down there.
Yeah. Makes me want to become a fisherman though.
Yeah,
I would not mind doing a deckhand season.
Hey man, save up enough after fire season and buy a boat.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I'd kill myself. I would kill myself. But It would be fun to be a deckhand and work as a fisherman one of these years. I feel like I
Yeah,
have to.
definitely.
They make good money too.
They make great money. They make almost as much money as we do, or
Yeah.
sometimes more than we do.
Yeah, I feel like if you're kind of a transient, hardworking guy, you're either going to become a deckhand or a firefighter.
Pretty
You
much.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. But anyways, so things have been pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of calmed down now. I've been chilling in my cabin until school started, and then getting back into the run for school. So
Is everything
everything's going to be kind of slow this semester.
Yeah, is everything going to be online?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything's online, which is weird because down in AvTech, it's not a part of the UA school system. It's a separate private technical school. But they're all in person. They got their dorms running up and everything.
Really? Well, how has
But
Fairbanks been hit with the coronavirus?
not, I wouldn't say nearly as bad as Anchorage, but it's really high up there.
Is it?
Because I mean, there's a large amount of people in Fairbanks. The weird thing about Fairbanks is there's no like moderation between the liberals and conservatives here.
Mm-hmm.
You got either extreme conservatives or you got extreme liberals.
Really?
And so you got a large majority of people that don't want to wear masks, and you've got a large majority of people that are afraid to even go out in public, even if they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
So there's a huge mix, and there's a high spread rate, but there's also a lot of people not really doing much here.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. I think it's weird because I think like both sides are just getting farther apart right now.
Oh, definitely.
So it's almost like conservatives and liberals or Democrats, whatever you want to call them. It just seems like they're living in two different worlds.
Yeah, that's the problem with our bipartisan politics system, and then just everything that's happened between Obama's presidency to Trump's presidency has just driven it farther apart.
Well, if you really think about it, man, I mean, even going back to Obama's first term, and I'm not getting into politics or saying one thing or another. I'm trying to not do that. But if we can talk generally, the world that Obama had, I mean, societally or
it's completely
even
different.
even technologically.
Yeah, just
completely different.
2 years ago was completely different.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that graph of technological advancement?
I don't think I have, but I can picture it.
Yeah, it's just this line that just goes straight up,
Yeah.
It feels like every 2 years we're living in a different country.
I mean, if you think about it, like it feels like it was just yesterday that they invented 3D printing. Yeah. Now they've got little 3D printers you can buy and put in your home. That's cheap.
Yeah.
It's like
it's insane.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't think anyone really does. Everything's moving so quickly that we can't even keep up. But I will say what freaks me out is how big these corporations are getting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
it's crazy and it's scary at the same time.
Yeah. I had to go back and read 1984 or 18. What was it? 1984.
It's 1984 by George Orwell.
Yeah, I went back and read that, and man, it freaks me out, man. Big Brother, bro.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
I think so, dude. I mean, when was that book written? I mean, it was an old book, right?
Yeah, it's really old. I don't remember when it was written.
It's so funny because they like talk about TV screens and stuff in it, and it's like old enough. And they have flat screen TVs in the book, but they call them something
Another
different.
book you should,
yeah.
Another book you should reread is Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit. I haven't read that one yet.
You haven't read that one?
I don't
you
think
got to check
so.
that one out.
What was that one about?
It's similar. It's a dystopian future.
Yeah.
But all books are banned.
Yeah.
And so they go around burning books. And if I remember correctly, the main storyline follows this guy that he's in charge of policing people and, taking the books and burning it. And instead of burning one or two, he saves them and starts reading them.
Yeah.
And it starts opening his mind towards, what they're actually doing.
Yeah. That's crazy. And, it's just, information. It's weird because it feels like the internet's getting smaller. And it's really weird, man. I feel like information is getting constrained, It's like the modern day burning of books where information is just getting funneled through.
Oh, because of all the censorship, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the censorship, but if you think about it, it's like algorithms, dude. I mean, the algorithms, censorship's one thing, but the algorithms that's choosing what you should or what they think you should see, is kind of freaky because it's not even outright censorship. It's just like,
it's programmed towards you.
Yeah, I'm going to choose.
Programmed towards you.
Yeah. But here's my whole thing is these algorithms are giving everyone what they think you should see, right? Well,
yeah.
If they determine that you're left leaning, right? Or they determine you're right leaning and they start funneling you specific left leaning material or right leaning material. I mean, wouldn't that it would just naturally put a wedge in between people, It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the problem with social media and stuff like that is you're going to start specializing in certain stuff without even realizing it just because of your views or your opinions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's messed up. And I don't know. We've always talked about this, but I try my best, which I know I fail, but trying to be in the middle as much as possible, just so you can see clearly, But
that's the fun thing is, for me, being born and raised by two Democratic, liberal, and progressive parents, my girlfriend and her family are hardcore conservatives.
Yeah.
And so it's fun and interesting having to deal with that. And so, of course, my girlfriend and I, we've got plenty of arguments and discussions that we have.
Yeah.
But it's fun because it's like we're opening each other's mind to be more moderate instead of actually being so driven apart,
And I think deep down most people, I think most people are moderate, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or they want to. Yeah, there's that natural want for moderation.
Yeah, but I think it, whether the information we're getting from the media or whatever, it's making it seem like, because the most radical people are usually getting the most airtime or whatever. But I think most people are in the middle, trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Start voting third party, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Start getting some new parties in there.
Yeah, maybe libertarians have a chance this time around. I thought George was or Jorgensen. Is that her name?
George Jorgensen.
Not George. It was that girl who ran third party in the last election.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I heard about that.
Oh, yeah. I forget her name, so I probably look like an idiot, but no, I thought she was going to do better. I thought it was going to be more of a split this time around, but who knows?
Well, I mean, that's the problem with our bipartisan politics is everyone's so focused on these two parties that there's no room for new parties to emerge and challenge the views of the other two parties.
Yeah, because everyone's afraid, like, oh, if we vote third party, then you're just gonna let the other side win. You know,
Yeah.
it's all a scare tactic, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever, dude. Country's gonna fall apart anyways. It's too late. It's too late, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think there's any way to slow down this slow shot off the cliff?
Well, honestly, I think we're gonna go off a cliff one way or another if we haven't already. But I have faith that the U.S. is gonna bounce back in some way or another. We're kind of following the footsteps of, or as far as history goes, we're behind, for example, England. England rise to power, had similar conflicts like we're having right now with partisan politics, and then you can see what how they're doing with it right now.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a forecast for us.
you think so?
I think so, and in certain respect, yeah.
Yeah. This is all depressing to see. At the end of the day, I think everyone, there's this like overall just like, crap, doesn't matter what side, everyone's just like shit,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But whatever. Figure it out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
I think so. I don't know.
Time and trials, my man.
Yeah, just invest in Bitcoin, I guess. But
I have a feeling at some point Bitcoin's going to crash.
Yeah.
If it hasn't already started right now, it's dropped 30% or something like that recently.
Yeah, I saw that. It had a gigantic spike, and then I think like yesterday and today it started to fall again.
Well, I think a large part of that was because you start cooping up so many people inside that they start investing in Bitcoin and actually realizing that, if they fiddle with computers, they can actually invest more into Bitcoin and actually mine Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got people, emerging back out into the world and realizing that Bitcoin's kind of a fictitious currency that is only alive because we're trading it among people. It's not like an actual hard currency that, can exchange between, so it can exchange between.
So you think the US dollar is less fictitious?
No, I'm saying I feel like it's so cryptocurrencies are, they were invented entirely for people to invest in trade investments. Whereas we've got these other currencies that entire economies are dependent upon, like the US dollar or, the franc, and so on and so forth. And I feel like by inventing these cryptocurrencies, you're going to have all these people that invest so much, and then they kind of just dump it all and, make a shit ton of money and, dollars or francs, and you're basically inflating or deflating the value of that currency.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing is that money was invented, right, just to exchange wealth,
Yeah.
Just to,
entirely.
And, in a demonetized system like Bitcoin, as long as you're exchanging, some form of value between each other, it works as currency,
Yeah.
And so, the US dollar, where we're just printing, I think, did you hear that? I think in the past like 6 months, we printed a third of all US dollars ever printed.
I wouldn't be surprised with the current, epidemic crisis going on.
Whereas just
trying to reinflate the value of the dollar.
Yeah, we're just heading into hyperinflation. And
Yeah.
there's only a set amount of Bitcoins, where you can mine more, but eventually there won't be any more Bitcoin to mine, right? And at that point,
Well, so isn't it the whole thing is mining a Bitcoin is literally just running a complex
transaction.
algorithm. No, it's so mining a Bitcoin is actually, it's not a transaction. You're running, if I remember you're running a complex algorithm to come up with this currency. You're not,
Really?
yeah. So that's why, as far as a single Bitcoin goes, it costs so much for a single Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
Is because of all these guys actually mining the Bitcoin versus people, investing and trading in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I wish I was a smarter guy. But, got to work with what I have.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're all stupid to some degree in some way or another, and we're all smart to some degree or another.
Except for me. Just straight dumbass.
No, dude, you're smart. You're straight smart.
I'm just joking. No, but it's crazy, man.
You're the only individual that had those conversations with me and Morales, really.
Oh, you guys were always fun to talk to. I always like messing with you guys, but I'm
engaging in discussions.
That's because I'm the only guy stupid enough to try.
No, that's not true at all.
Oh, come on, man. Smarter people. What was that Abraham Lincoln quote? People can assume you're a dumbass until you open your mouth, and then they'll know for sure, or something like that.
I don't think
obviously it's not a dumbass, but it was like people can think you're stupid, and then you can open your mouth and prove them right.
or vice versa.
Yeah, vice
People
versa.
can think you're smart, and then you open your mouth, and everyone thinks you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, right. Either way, you lose. So you might as well just talk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, it was good talking to you. I'm gonna have to put the baby.
Hey, likewise.
We'll see if this Zoom meeting worked out for me. This was a good test drive for a different platform.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, would you be down to do another one sometime?
Oh, for sure, dude. Definitely.
All right, man. Well, don't be a stranger. Text me anytime. Call me. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. Have a good night, man.
Yeah. Bye.